We'll have a look inside the Vicky guitar. There's the Vicky guitar. We'll look inside at the top braces. Something looks funky there. What say, my YouTube junkies? What say? Today I'm going to be working on this Toredo guitar that I showed you before. I showed it to you once, then we took the bridge off of it. It was on another video, taking the bridge off. I ran into some other problems that I didn't even know about or account for. Kind of accidentally ran onto them. Let me just bring you on over here a little bit closer and I'll show you a little bit of what we're talking about. Hold on. Alright, welcome back, and thank you for tuning in. Those of you few that do still tune in, I appreciate that. I was tapping on the guitar. Well, I was actually tapping on the back of it, and I heard a loose brace, a vibration. So I got a mirror in there now still, but I laid it down here and went in there with one of those little knife-like things. I was just feeling along the braces. And this extension back through here of the X brace was loose on the end down here. The whole end up to about halfway. So I've since glued it. In fact, let me get this all off of here. I've glued it since then. And that's been a couple of days. It should be, I have leather there between this block and the guitar. Not to damage the guitar finish. And you can't even tell it. So the brace is fixed. Let me have a look at it here if I find the light. Wow, I took all my lights out of here. I needed a flashlight for something. The last little one I had, I took in there. So I can't show you. Oh, hell, I can see it right there. This light's shining down in there, hitting the mirror, shining back up so I can see it a little bit. And it looks pretty good, what I can see of it. The rest of the braces in there look fine. I checked them all after that. That was the only one loose. This extension of the X brace comes right down through here. Now, when this bridge pulled up, I've already cleaned all this off of here, by the way. I need to score it up a little rougher than that. That was all finished, man. What they did was they finished this guitar body completely all over except on the pick guard. It went on after the finish. They finished all under the bridge. And that's why it pulled up. It didn't take very little bit of wood with it. It was finished. Every bit of that was finished on there. If you watch that video where I took the bridge off, all that white stuff was glue and finish. I'm going to get you in a minute, bring you over here, and I'll just show you right now what I got to do. I'll explain it to you. Then I'll bring you over here and show you up close what's got to happen to this guitar. I got these laid out in the order they came out. Okay, I got to put those in there just like that. I'll probably put a light clamp on there so that bridge doesn't move. And I got to take a surgical knife and I got to go all along the bridge. You know, everywhere, all around the entire bridge. I am going to have to put a clamp on that to hold it because it's going to move quite a bit if I do not. I might shove him in there and get it to hold. No. Anyways, because they put the bridge on over the finish. This is a brand new knife, by the way, a new blade. Because they put the bridge on over the finish, then it didn't hold. And that kind of pulled up a belly here. I'm hoping when we glue the bridge back on, that will flatten the top back out, hopefully. See, this one goes there, and this one down here. But I'm going to get you and bring you over here and show you this. And you get it in the right light. Oh, I can't lift the guitar. It's got a mirror still in it. I'm going to keep that in there for now. Alright, hold on, I'll bring you over here and show you what I'm talking about. Hold on. Okay, have a close look at this. You can see where the bridge came clear out to here. See that? Everything from my fingernail to the bridge pinholes, well, half of it is finished. You can actually, I can see the finish through the lens. Here's where the bridge came to, this line, and the rest of this is all finished. It's even, see around that where the bridge came to and where they glued it, where it pulled the finish off. So what I got to do is what I was just showing you there. I got to lay the bridge on here, put a couple pins in it, make sure it's in the right place. I think I'm going to have to clamp. We're going to go ahead and clamp it so it won't move. Now I got to cut all around everywhere you can see where the bridge was. Okay? After I do that, remove the bridge again, and I got to scrape from right there to right there. All that finish got to be removed. All this finish got to be removed. All of this finish. See, you can see there where the bridge came to and where the glue held to the finish and pulled the finish up. So I got to remove all this finish across here, a little bit down there, and quite a bit in the front of the bridge. And if I get you in the camera there, maybe you can see it. See, up there's some right there that needs to be removed, and a whole lot, man, right here on this one corner alone. I don't know if the light glaring on that is better, makes it better for you to see, or worse. But you can see where the glue held to the finish, and then where it pulled the finish up, and where they're still finished. Anyways, after I cut around here, I gotta take that knife or whatever means I can find and get rid of this finish that's going to be under the bridge. We don't want any finish under that bridge. We want the bridge to be bare wood, glued down to bare wood. See, that covers up, if I can get it set on there, the guitar's rocking. That covers up most of the, you know, where you could see it before. You can't see it so much now. The bridge needs to come forward a little bit. But you get the idea what I'm talking about. All that finish has got to be cut away, removed completely. Lord, it's going to take me forever to do that. And I'm not going to hold you here all through this video of me doing that, because it's going to take forever, like I said. I'm going to have to cut around the bridge first, you know, and then I'll cut from my cut inward under the bridge until there is no finish whatsoever under the bridge anymore. They should never did that, man. That was a big mistake on Toredo's part. That should have never been done that way. They should have known better than that. I think the lady told me she'd had this guitar for like 40 years. It's amazing it held that long, really it is. So hold on, we'll get started on this. Alrighty, here we go. Lay the bridge on there, just like we did a minute ago. Put a couple pins in it, just so we know it's in exactly the right place. Okay. Then I want to take a piece of that leather, I can't think of it. So gently put this in there. Put a block of wood here. And we'll make sure that bridge is in the right place. And tighten it up. Kind of wish I'd have put more pins in it, but there's a place back here. Maybe I can cover some of that up. Yeah, I did cover some of it up. You know what I think I'm going to do too to help hold this down is put tape where I'm not working. The tape will kind of help keep the bridge from moving, because it wants to move. And that's fairly tight right there. maybe I could score a tiny little line in it without it moving, because I'm not going to get against the bridge hardly at all. It'd be nice if that didn't rock like that so bad. Shove it right up under. There we go. Much better. I just want to go along, right along the bridge, ever so lightly. Like I say, I'm not going to keep you here for all this. I can't show you any type of sky cam. I can only show you what I'm doing right here. Like I say, it's just going along the bridge, scoring a faint line. I better do that on the front too, I guess. Maybe I won't need the tape after all. Hey, I know you're not getting a very good picture of this, but that's what's going on, man. I've got to do this other side. I think I can do it with the guitar right there. Anyways, I'm not going to hold you here through that. And I'll bring you back once I've made some headway here. And we determine exactly what we're going to do. We're not going to get the bridge on there on this video, I can tell you that now. But maybe we can get this ready for the bridge. Like I said, getting that finish off under there is going to take longer than you might think. I know, because I did this so many times before. So many guitars have been here that's had this did to them. Finish on the guitar, and then the bridge glued to the finish. I don't know why people are so stupid sometimes. Anyways, I'll bring you back when I've made a little bit of progress and show you what's going on. Alright, it's about 3.5 hours later, and it is prepared. I gotta sweep the guitar off and clean it up and wipe it off. But there's no finish under the bridge no more. I want to scuff that up really rough, get rid of all those chips. There's a lot of finish under that wood, man. Get rid of those chips and clean it all up and scuff it up. And scuff up the bridge is where you're at. The bridge is way too smooth. That's the top, that's where we're glued to. And it's way too smooth. It needs to be roughed up a little bit with some really rough grit sandpaper too. And that was too, that needs to be rougher. This I'm talking about. So there you have it, folks. I've been in here on this guitar alone, on this guitar, nearly 4 hours today. And I've got 5 more guitars here now besides this one. One of them I think I can show you out of those other 5. 6 counting this one. So anyways, we're one step closer. All right. We'll have a look inside the Vicky guitar. There's the Vicky guitar. Look inside at the top braces. Something looks funky there. I'll examine this closer whenever I examine the video. There you have it. Let's look at the front here. Alright. We'll have a look inside the Vicky guitar. There's the Vicky guitar. Look inside at the top braces. Something looks funky there. I'll examine this closer whenever I examine the video. There you have it. Let's look at the front here. There's the front. All about the front. So there you go, folks. The Toredo guitar is going to be stage ready and live again. I wonder what this video is going to be, 14-15 minutes. If I'm lucky, it'll be that. And I've been like a good 5 hours making this video right here. Could be the reason there's not as many videos as there used to be. I'm getting old, man, and everything gets a little harder to do. I thought I heard cue ball coming. But anyways, the next video, I'll probably have this already prepared and ready. I'll sweep that off and it's still good. And the next video we'll plan on putting the bridge back on it, gluing it down. And I was going to say setting it up here, but we have to let that glue dry for, I like to let it dry 48 hours. Everybody says 24 is plenty. It probably is. I'll just feel better, you know, letting it dry 48 hours before you put string stress on. Then you know it's not going to move. It ain't going to move, man, after 48 hours. So that's what we'll do. We'll put the bridge back on the next video on this guitar. Maybe a video on something else before then. But on this guitar, we'll put the bridge back on it, glue it, clamp it, all that jazz. So stay tuned for that. I got to sleep inside the guitar too. Thank you guys for keeping it here. Thanks for watching. Thanks to the patrons. I love you guys. Thanks to everyone subscribed to the channel. A lot of people watch this channel, both of my channels, that are not subscribed. Man, you know, if they help you at all, or you just dig the content, please subscribe to both of them, or at least one of them. I'd really rather subscribe to both of them if you like. If the content helps you, or whatever, if you just think it's like the comedy part, whatever it is, just hit the damn subscribe button. No, Dawn. Thanks for watching.